between us girls, the I wait, I shouldn't tell you this, but it's really funny. Um, do you want to know one of the reasons that I didn't film when I was in Brighton one of the last days? Um, I got the dude, I got the worst hickeys, like the worst hickeys, like really bad, and like I tried covering them up, but it looked like I had an infection, and I called my mom to do our like daily FaceTime call, and she was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 cover that up before you talk to me." So I did. I got concealer. I covered it, but like, dude, it was bad. And I sat down to film a video, and it was really really it was quite bad. It was really 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 bad. Come on, this is like this is girl talk right now. Like this is like I have never had a hickey in my entire life, ever. Never in my entire life. Um, I've never gotten one. Hand on my heart. So for some reason, on this specific night, I got a bunch of hickeys. And tell me why. I woke up the next day. And do you want to know what I had to film the next day? A podcast. And so I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm freaking the fuck out because it's like really, really, really bad. Like it was very bad. And so me and my friend go to Boots, which is like a supermarket or like a chemist, kind of like that kind of shop. And we bought like a bunch of concealers and we were trying to cover it. And do you want to know what it just looked like? It looked like I just had like orange on my neck because of the concealer. Like it wasn't working, whatever. So when that podcast comes out, my neck looks crazy. It looks pretty crazy. And it was so bad that I just was like, I'm not filming videos in this state because you guys are going to make fun of me. And you would have. When I went to Paris, me and my friends were taking photos each, but there was a lot of photographers, specifically at this one party. And I think one of them was like Getty. And I was like, ooh, my first Getty is going to be awful. It's going to be awful. And I ended up seeing that guy again a couple days after I came back from Paris, like a couple days ago. And he was like, oh, you've healed. Like, they're gone. And I was like, yeah, and fuck you, by the way, because you don't have to, like, sit down in front of a camera with a ring light that shows everything. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. So, that will be my first and last time getting a hickey because there's something so humiliating about it. There's something so humiliating about it. Like, really, really deeply humiliating about it. But anyway, gone now. Gone now. Gone now, mama. So this was the day I went and did the podcast. And this was me, like, this was with concealer. This was with concealer, right? Can you see my... Wait, hold on. I'm, like, spinning in my chair. This was with concealer. This was the podcast filming day. Can you see that? And that's with concealer. And this is me pulling my top up. But, like, this one in specific... It was like that on both sides. And for some reason, when I then covered it fully before the filming, I just looked like I had an orange neck. Not that great. Not that great. So, if that podcast ever comes out, just know that, yeah, it was quite bad. Let me tell you something. Adam gets down. Adam gets down. Adam's been having fun in Brighton. This is girl talk. Come on now. It's 3 a.m. for me. This is the grown-ups. This is grown-up talk. And it was pretty crazy. Did it take a week and a half to go? Yep. Will I be doing that again? Nope. Nope. I have to go to my parents' work party. Oh, wait. Don't worry, Adam from B. I had to go to my parents' work party with a barely covered hickey and my mom noticed. I feel ye. That's the worst. Generational trauma. Praying his mom isn't here or else she sees this. Well, I FaceTimed her on the day of the podcast and I was freaking out about it. But anyway, yeah. Should I give you more updates about my life? Because my life has been a little bit crazy recently. My life's been a little bit crazy. And do you want to know something even messier? No, this is like messy. No, this is like, this can't get out. This, I'm aware that we're on a live stream, but this is so deep in the live stream that like we can't. This is between us, right? Something even worse. Really hope my mom's not watching, but I know she is. I know she is. I know my mom's watching, and she's gonna immediately text me and be so angry at me. But it's not like that. It's not like that. Mommy, it's not like this. It's not like this. However, because I'm moving out of Manchester, I have a lot of stuff to get rid of. Okay? And that includes clothes, kitchen appliances, and all this shit, right? So I have a bunch of like turkeys randomly in my freezer. And I have 3 big turkeys. And I'm not going to eat them or use them. I like went through a time period where I was like cooking. I'm not in that right now. And I'm also not cooking whenever I have a couple days left. Did I get the clap? No. That's not the story I'm about to tell you. Oh, no, I don't have. No, that is not a story. Oh my God. So, one of my friends is coming and taking a bunch of my clothes because I don't want to bring everything down to Brian. Another one of my friends is taking a bunch of my stuffed toys, like stuffed teddies. And then my kitchen appliances and stuff, my ex-situationship is coming and getting them. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You know the one I was talking about? The one of the Brighton? Remember that one? The one that I was seeing for a bit? Remember? Didn't come to Brighton? Remember the full drama? So, he's coming and getting the turkeys and my kitchen appliances. Because he likes to cook, and I said, you can have them. And he said, great. So, he's coming to get them. So that'll be a lovely reunion, me and him. That'll be a lovely, lovely reunion of him coming and getting my stuff. Someone said I thought it was going to be worse. Okay, then that makes me feel better. Someone says I thought it was going to be worse. Oh my God, okay, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. Someone said, yikes. So I don't want to dump all of my stuff because it's relatively new. So I'm like going through people I know that would use these different things. So my friend who likes clothes is getting my clothes. My friend who is like weirdly obsessed with teddy bears is getting a bunch of my teddy bears. And then ex-situationship that loved cooking me dinners when we were together is getting my kitchen appliances. So, dude, I'm just being messy recently. Like, I'm just in a messy time period of my life. You know what I mean? I'm just feeling messy. Someone said, it's kind of cute, but in a really odd way. Oh, someone said, that's really kind of mature of you. Oh, I'm such an amazing person. Thank you so much for letting me know. What about your Adam and Eve toys? Maddie, use code Adam50 and don't be so disrespectful next time. So yeah, that's the update. I'm only here until when we are going to do the Shane and Jeffrey thing, but at least we're having a little bit of girl talk right now. A little bit of girl talk. I've just been in a little bit of like a messy time period. Good night, Noodles. Deaf Noodles? Just feeling a little bit messy recently. And do you want to know why it is? Do you want to know why I'm feeling messy? Anyone want to know why I'm feeling messy? Code Adam50 is my favorite. Thank you. The reason I'm feeling a little bit messy is because when I went to Brighton, I unfortunately started to get feelings for someone, and I was like, we can't do this. We can't do this. No. We can't do this. So I feel like I'm doing everything in my power to like not, you know, feel that. So I think I'm doing everything in my power to like be messy instead. Oh, I'm not traveling again. No, no, no. Oh my God. I just want to be in Brighton for a long time. So yeah, that's my thing. You know, when you like, you know that you like can't. Is that why you're moving back? Please. I am not moving back for someone. I'm moving back because I hate Manchester. um, you know, whenever you just like don't, you know, when you're like, oh, I don't want to get feelings for someone. I can't, I can't, I can't. Because I don't know about you. Wow, we're really having a, that's crazy. We're really getting into it here. This is what happens when you give me a mic and a live audience. I'm going to overshare and it's going to bite me in the ass. Here's the thing. I'm not like a normal person. I can't just, I just can't have like, I can't go on a date with someone and just be like, that was fun. I date with intention. Anyone else do that? I date with intention. And Wendy Williams always said this. And me and my friend Anna in Paris talked about this. We date with intention. I date with intention. And I feel that like I need, you got a Tinder ad? Topical. I just feel that whenever I feel myself starting to get feelings for someone, I either immediately need to like self-sabotage or I need to like end it because I'm like, I'm gonna like get hurt or something. And I know a lot of people in chat are agreeing with this. Okay, Jay Grace, I date with intention too. Hannah said dating with intention sucks in today's world. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fine. Hi, Molly. Oh my God, you're out of work. And we're still live. Hello, welcome back. So I just don't know what I don't know where I'm at right now. I don't know where I'm at. I also like I'm in this like new era where I'm like I need to take things less seriously in life. I also just don't like dating. I don't like dating. Do you like dating? I can't. I mean, I like, you know, when you like go on dates with people, like, for example, like when I went on, I went on two dates, or sorry, I went on dates with two different people when I was in Brighton, right? And both people were talking very openly about the people that they've gotten with, which is totally fine. Totally fine, you know. But I have not done as much as maybe other people my age have done. And I don't know how to feel when people are like being very open with me about how many people or people I know that they've got. Like, I don't know how to feel about that because then I'm like, but then you're like, but you're not going to get with someone who hasn't done that. You know what I mean? So I don't know where I stand with it. And that's like, I don't know. So I'm like, I was talking with my friend about this last night. Not about anything in particular, but I was like, do I just like fuck it and just like go crazy? Or like, do I try to invest time in like different kinds of dates? Because then I don't want to invest time in different kinds of dates because what if you end up getting like fucked over? Or what if my full thing is I don't want to go on dates with someone and then like, okay, hear me. Okay, wait. Can I ask you something? Sorry, I need to look here. I'm reading the chat, which is right here, by the way. Can I ask you something and I want your honest opinion about it? Okay? Do you, or would you not have a problem with this? If you were going on a dates with someone, and I dealt with this when I was in Manchester specifically. Like, Manchester is where I dealt with this, more so than Brighton. When I was in Manchester dating people, they were, and we had gone on like 5 or 6 dates. They were also sleeping with other people and dating other people. And for me, once I find that out, I like cut someone off immediately. which is like, I'm like, am I bad for doing that? Because for me, I'm like, but doesn't everyone do that? In like, I don't mean to be like, ooh, I'm so different, but I don't do that. I, I don't think I've ever dated someone specifically. Again, the only time I've really like dated someone was whenever I was in Manchester. Whenever I did that, I like never got with someone else. I never went on a date with someone. I never even kissed someone. If I went to a club and someone tried to kiss me, I didn't. You know, I would end it. Like I wouldn't. Okay, everyone's saying nope. Um, okay, wait. Everyone's agreeing with me, which is really interesting because the people I've talked to about this in real life say that they don't see it as a problem. Okay, people are saying I can or I can't deal with it. I thought you said I can deal with it. Okay, you know what? This is interesting and actually very helpful because okay, this is very helpful actually because everyone I was talking to in person about this was saying that this isn't a problem. And now again, I'm talking about like Manchester here, right? Like when I was dating people in Manchester, when I would go on a probably a third date with someone is when I would like start to like stop, scrolling on dating apps, stop whatever, which maybe is a little bit sin, but like I just kind of like, you know, I want to like try invest in something and then see if it works or if it doesn't. But anytime I did that in Manchester, I realized that like the people were also getting with other people. And then I was like, oof, I don't know how I feel about that. Because one thing for me is if I feel that I have to like compete with someone else, like in the dating sphere, I'm going to cut you off. You know what I mean? And people are saying those are your boundaries, and I agree with you, right? And it is about hookup culture. But I have not ever done hookup culture in the sense of like multiple people and blah 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 blah. Like I haven't really I've just realized you're blonde again. Catherine, we're 3 hours into the stream. You've just noticed. Different groups and scenes have different boundaries or standards. Okay, it's really dependent on you and your journey. That's not normal. That's hookup culture. Lover girls. Might be a cultural thing. Big no. So for me, I just feel we will get to the Shane and Jeffrey thing. By the way, sorry, I like don't mean to keep delaying, but we're having girl talk, and I will promise to finish it. I feel that I've ended so many things early because of the people that I was seeing were like getting with other people. And I don't know if it's like people don't want to get in relationships. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Like, not everyone wants to get in a relationship. But I feel like I am someone who, like we said, I date with intention. But that doesn't mean that I'm dating to get in a relationship with someone. It means that I'm like, if I'm like going on if I'm not just like literally like sleeping with you and you leave right after or something like that. Like if there's like, you know what I mean? Like a little bit different thing. I feel that like after like a couple times, like I start to think about myself being on dating apps and stuff. But anyone I've talked to, again, specifically in Manchester, like really, really, really much so in Manchester, will always be getting with other people at the same time. And I'm like, I don't know. So what do we feel? Give me your take on it. Yeah, the audio is only coming out of one ear. I'll fix it for the next one. Don't worry. Phoenix, I always dated with intention. I couldn't do the dating more than one person thing, and I couldn't handle others dating someone. Blah blah blah. Yes, I agree with you. Juliana, it's just an idea of standards. Dating apps make me feel like shit. Oh my god, I think I need to delete dating apps. Gotta go bath my dog. Oh my god, have fun though. It's the idea of it being disrespectful and unsafe in terms of health. Yeah, that's a big thing as well. To each their own, someone said. So I'm like, how do people feel about dating apps? Because I'm like, here's the thing. I want to delete dating apps. Like even like if I wasn't speaking to someone or I was speaking to someone, that this doesn't come into play here. I just hate it. Like, oh my god, someone swipes on you and they like do the same fucking And also, oh my God, can I do a PSA? If I match with you on a dating app and your opening line has something to do about Colleen Ballinger, I want you to die. Like, the amount of people that will match with me on Tinder and their opening line will be something about Colleen Ballinger or ukulele. And I'm like, you think that's how this is going to work is crazy. Like, if you think that's your opening line, that's crazy. The amount of people. And I dealt with it. It was actually one of my last nights in Manchester before I left. And I matched with this person and we were having a really good conversation back and forth. And they made a Colleen joke. And I was like, okay, if you're my friend, yes. But, and I immediately unmatched and I was like, oof. So I'm like, don't love it. People think that, like, I don't know if people think like I would love that or like enjoy that kind of, whatever. Like maybe that means that they like are like in on some sort of like inside joke, but it doesn't come across like that. It comes across really fucking lame and really like, you know what I mean? It's a crazy riz to use. It really is, but you would be surprised at the amount of people that do it. Like the amount of people. Someone said, Adam, you go out enough. You don't need dating apps. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's actually good. That's actually a good point. That's actually a good point that I haven't thought about. Because I am quite sociable, so that's actually a good point. Currently trying to figure out how to ask the guy I'm seeing if he's still swiping. I normally just assume that they are. I met my dating app when I was living my life. I'm sorry. Interesting. Okay, I appreciate everyone having the conversation right now because I think it's not necessarily a conversation that people have specifically on social media because which is interesting because it's something that everyone goes through or most people go through, but no one really talks about it because it's kind of like an embarrassing topic to talk about. Speaking of tattoos, I'm getting a tattoo here and here. My mom and dad are going to draw a heart each, and I'm going to get it right there and right there. My mom and dad. Adam, be my wingman. What do you want me to wingman you for? My experience with dating apps is bad. All the men I matched with and actively dated were emotionally unavailable and looking for rebounds, and that was my experience. That's a big thing. It's kind of taboo. It is. That's a big thing as well, where like you never know if you're someone's rebound. A lot of people have met their people online, is what I'm hearing. I definitely can't do the competing thing you talked about. I need to be the best one, hands down. Yeah, of course. So yeah, interesting. I appreciate you all having this conversation. I didn't mean to derail for a moment there, but just wanted to give you a little life update and also kind of speak about where I'm at right now. I think the reason that this is, and then we'll get into it, the reason that this is on the forefront of my mind is because when I used to live in Brighton, I was boy obsessed. Really, really, really boy obsessed. And it put me in a lot of situations that I shouldn't have been in. Like, there was a lot of situations in which, shouldn't have, like, I look back on it now and I'm like, that wasn't, really at all consensual. And, these different, like, there's a name that definitely comes to my mind, about that I kind of let something happen to me a couple times because everyone around me was engaging in hookup culture. So, specifically like this one person, like I let them do things that, even in the moment I verbally was saying that I didn't want, you get the point. So when I came back to Brighton, a big thing for me is that I was like, I need to like readjust my thinking when it comes to dating and all these different things, right? So the reason, again, this on the forefront of my mind is because I thought about it the last couple of days I was in Brighton, and I think now my attitude is just kind of like what I said at the start, which is like, I don't give a fuck, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, you live, you learn, you experience, and you don't. And again, thank you so much to everyone opening up in the chat tonight. There's a lot of people talking about feeling very, similar things. And Um, I think it's important to talk about. I really do think it's important to talk about because like if you live alone, if you live like there's so many different aspects of it, you know what I mean? And I think I don't know what age everyone is in the chat right now, but I am now 21 and when I moved to Brighton I was 18, and specifically with someone in particular, there was a lot of, you know, there was a lot of kind of a mm, things done to me on the basis of the fact that I was 18, which obviously as a 21-year-old, I'm like looking back on and being like, ooh. So I think growing up is a crazy thing because you start to like think of things differently. So now I'm like, we're back in Brighton where it all started. We're going to be changing some things. We're going to be, you know, prioritizing keeping ourselves safe, number one. And everyone in chat right now, you know, I cannot stress enough. I don't know if you're older than me or you're younger than me. That has to be the first and foremost. Like keeping yourself safe. And it is so easy to put yourself in unsafe situations, you know, out of fear of thinking you're, well, out of thinking you're falling behind or you need to act in a certain way or you're, you know, for your age, what have you done and stuff like that. I've been there. A lot of people have been there, but you don't need to act in certain ways because you feel that you have to or that you should. So if I can tell you anything from this entire rant, it's that, you know, keep yourself safe. And specifically when it comes to dating apps, you don't know people, you don't know their intentions. Why are there so many sirens at 3 a.m.? Literally. So I'll close it with that. I just want, when we talk about dating and all these different things, keep yourself safe. Keep yourself, you know, keep yourself rationally thinking, even when it just comes to going on dates. I think that's very important as well. And that's something I'm trying to like get into my mind. Where, you know, take things slow. Things aren't that deep. You know, I'll leave it at again saying knowing your worth and keeping yourself safe. And we'll leave it there. Anyways, with that little girl talk, we're going to get into the Shane and Jeffrey. Wow, I didn't realize we were going to get into such a deep conversation. What a crazy little deep conversation we just had.